Hey guys, welcome to today's edition of Hair Tip Tuesday, and today I'm going to be talking about frizzy hair. I know a lot of you ladies who are in the process of transitioning, or you just may have naturally curly hair and you're experiencing a little bit of frizziness. Today I'm going to tell you why you're experiencing that frizziness and some ways to combat that frizziness. So let's go. So some of the reasons why you might be experiencing frizzy hair, typically it's because the hair is either dry, the hair is either chemically damaged, or it's heat damaged. So my number one way of combating frizzy hair is always to make sure that your ends are properly trimmed. A good rule of thumb is making sure that your hair is trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks. If you are in the process of transitioning, I know a lot of ladies don't like to cut off the length. You can possibly cut your hair every 2 to 3 months, but a good rule of thumb is to get your hair trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks. Another way to combat frizziness actually starts when you're going to wash your hair. I know we are so conditioned to use 2 and 3 shampoos to feel like the hair is getting clean, but to be quite honest with you, you only really need to shampoo your hair once. Now I know that is going against the grain, with everything that we've learned over the years, but you honestly only need to shampoo your hair once. I only shampoo my hair once. My hair is fine. It's not dry, it's not shedding or anything like that. So I would definitely recommend shampooing your hair only once instead of doing 2 and 3 lathers. Also, while we're in the process of talking about shampoo, make sure that your shampoos are, one, sulfate free. And I don't want to really get into what sulfate is, but it's basically a fancy word for shampoo or baby wash. All it does is make your shampoo foam up, and you see all those suds and lather inside of the soap. You really don't need all of that either. All you need is a good soap that's going to cleanse the hair. If you get products that are sulfate free, you're going to notice that your hair is not going to be as dry. It's not going to strip your hair of its natural moisture, and also in return your hair will be a lot more moisturized. 3, when you're shampooing your hair, instead of shampooing your hair and you're doing all of this crunchiness and you're doing all of this, you don't need to do that either. When you're shampooing your hair, what I would like to see is when you're putting the product in your hair, you're pulling the product through in the direction that your hair is growing. There's no need to do this and all of this scrunchiness and all of that. You don't need to do that. You apply the shampoo to your hair and you start to make sure that your scalp is clean, but when you're running it through your hair, make sure you're running it all in one direction. And you're going to notice that when your hair is starting to dry and you're applying conditioner, you're going to notice that your hair is going to become a lot smoother. So I definitely want to see you shampoo your hair in one direction. Another rule of thumb is when you're applying your styling products, when you apply your styling products and you get your hair just right and it's just like boom, is right where you want it, do not touch your hair. The more you manipulate your curls, the frizzier your hair is going to become. So when you're applying your styling products, apply the products, don't touch your hair afterwards. Also, when your hair is wet, do not use a brush. I don't use a brush for anybody who has straight hair. I don't recommend using a brush on wet hair at all. But do not use a brush when your hair is wet, and don't use a brush when your hair is dry. What that tends to do with naturally curly hair or hair that's already tending to be a little bit frizzy, it creates a little more static. And of course static can kind of equal frizziness. So I personally like to use big wide tooth combs. Back in the day, they used to call them Afro combs, but they're basically a really big comb that has teeth and they're really far apart. That is really good for detangling the hair, and it's also good to help smooth in conditioners and smooth in your styling products. Again, the more you manipulate your curls while the hair is in the process of drying, the frizzier and the bigger that your hair is going to get. If you have to, I personally like, for natural hair, I like the hair to air dry, but if you have to use a blow dryer, make sure you're using it on its coolest setting, and also making sure you're using a diffuser. When you're blow drying your hair, don't do a lot of manipulating. Again, the more you touch your hair, the bigger your hair becomes. So just use a diffuser. You can kind of stretch the hair out, and you're just going to get some of that water and the moisture out, and then you can kind of start to style and just leave the hair alone. So I always recommend a good leave-in conditioner. Now I'm going to show you a leave-in conditioner that I personally recommend, and I'm going to tell you why. It's going to be a little unorthodox, but I honestly think that it's really good for curly hair. It's actually the conditioner that I recommend. Now typically I use this on myself for my extensions, but I actually reach for this. My daughter has really curly hair, and I reach for this to kind of tame her curls, and I noticed that this was a really good leave-in conditioner for her. So I've been using it on my daughter for maybe about 2 weeks, and it's like amazing as a leave-in conditioner. I also use it for extensions. Now this product is made for hair extensions. However, I noticed one thing about this leave-in conditioner is that it does not weigh the hair down, and it also helps to define her curls. So it also helps to eliminate some frizz. If you want to get more information on this, I can leave a direct link in the description box. But I do want to let you guys know I'm going to be doing a detailed blog post on this whole topic because there is so much information regarding it, and I know a long 20-30 minute YouTube video is not going to cover it. So you can head over to ChimereNicole.com to get more information on frizzy hair and a little more of the products that I recommend for frizzy hair. So that's it for this week's edition of Hair Tip Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, as always, you can subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more information and more Hair Tip Tuesdays just like this one. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Also, FYI, if you guys want to see this whole makeup look, I will have a link in the description bar so that you can check that out as well.